Hello and welcome to my channel, Inviting Possibilities. My name's Rochelle, and I'm here to do a reading for water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, wherever you might have that in your chart. And as I keep saying, we all have everything in our chart. So this could be for anyone. And it's my intention there is something in here for anyone who comes across this. And my readings are timeless. So whenever you catch this is the right time for you. I have chosen 3 cards from Wisdom of the Oracle, and I'll be clarifying with some other decks. And I just need to say my internet is terrible. Princess K is here. Hey, good morning. Happy Saturday. um and yeah, terrible internet, so sometimes parts cut out and it's funky, and that's just a part of going live. And then I also have crazy cats, and they're in crazy kitty mode right now. So whatever distractions might come up, I apologize. Um, it is what it is for now. So I have also let the universe choose a song for you. The title of your song is My Heart is Leaving Town. And this is one of those situations where the reading, I don't know, it definitely filled in the message for me a little bit. Um, so I'll just dive in and explain as I go. So we have new life, which is all about a new beginning, a new start. It's like spring coming after winter, things starting to blossom, opportunities coming up, um, potentially things becoming really good in relationships and in your work life, all around good, new newness. And I think, with the song My Heart is Leaving Town, it's that you're finally getting yourself unstuck from whatever you've been dealing with. And my reading last time, I definitely felt very confused by it. But then as I've thought about it and then I rewatched it, I was like, oh, I totally get what this means now, which is, potentially some kind of connection with someone where someone that you feel was a soulmate. And we have lots of different kinds of soulmates. They're not just romantic, and they're not always the live happily ever after kind of soulmates. And so somebody that you were dealing with ended up, you had to stand up for yourself, and you ended up needing to go through a bunch of healing, and maybe you're still there. But with the title, the song My Heart is Leaving Town, it's like you're done. You're finally done, and you're moving on. And now there's something new starting in your life. You're moving towards a new adventure. Um, moving on a new path. And then we have the breathe card in protection position, which is saying to get up and start moving. Whatever you've been through, where potentially you've dealt with some kind of heartbreak, something that has caused you to feel challenged in some way, it's left you feeling kind of like blah, we'll say. And it's now time to, if you've been sitting around, laying around, not feeling very motivated to do anything, now is the time to get up and get moving. Literally go for a walk, get have a little dance party in your living room, go do some exercise, whatever it is. It's time to get the blood moving. It's time to get up and start moving again physically, because that's a part of this new beginning. It's just shaking up the energy, the stagnant energy. And then, yes, we have a change in the wind. There's a big new change coming. And remember that when we start something new, it takes a little bit to get going, to build the momentum. And most of us do not enjoy the process of change. There's always this period of time of adjustment to what's new. But there's definitely this sense of embracing the new, of being like, okay, not necessarily stoked on having to do this because it's, stretching outside of our comfort zone can often be uncomfortable, but you're going to get used to it. And this change is really, really important, really necessary for for where you're headed. Okay, so let's do some clarification with the good tarot. Um, yeah. What do we need to know about this? We have the 9 of fire. Yeah, this is all about caution and uncertainty and feeling like, okay, yes, I'm my heart's leaving town. I'm ready for this new beginning, but I don't see what's coming around the bend. Because anytime you have a new beginning, you're facing the unknown. You're stepping into the unknown. And that always, pretty much always brings some kind of caution and uncertainty because you don't know what's coming. And then we get the 3 of water. But this is the beautiful thing is that, the 3 of water is about community and enjoying time with the people that you love. And so I think this is a part of the new beginning is maybe you're getting out. You're becoming social. Maybe whatever you've been through kind of left you in hermit mode where you were just like, okay, I got to do my healing. I got to go within. I got to just be alone and process and get over this. And now this is you getting up and maybe joining some kind of meetup group or, you know, somehow getting together with people and celebrating and enjoying connecting with others again, and maybe you haven't in a while. And maybe that's a part of that's helping you to embrace this change, or maybe that is actually part of the change. Yeah. Yes. Yes, the change is all it's all about you getting back in the saddle, putting in the effort to move towards your ultimate fulfillment. Physically getting up, getting motivated, putting your energy and effort into something. It could be that you're focusing very much on your work right now as it's like it's kind of cleaning up whatever needs to be cleaned up. And if you have dealt with heartbreak, especially anything emotional, that it can be very therapeutic to just throw yourself into something where it's a totally different realm and you're not so like focused on the emotions and all the stuff all the stuff that comes with it, the heartbreak and all that. This is being very practical and being like, okay, what are the steps I need to take to get me where I want to go, and being very decisive and taking those steps. And that's going to lead you to your ultimate fulfillment, your ultimate abundance. And oh, and I have to mention this card in this deck is also about self mastery. And so you're getting a handle on yourself, on your emotions, how they relate to your physical world, and channeling channeling your energy into people and situations that feel really good, that allow you to get back to yourself and feel like you can celebrate and have a good time, and it's not so heavy. So the oracle tarot, what does the oracle tarot have to say? Steady process. Yeah. Pretty much what I was just saying. You're focusing on the the physical, getting yourself back on track in some kind of physical way, financially, um, um I mean, it can very much be about, diving into your work, building up your finances, just becoming more solid in your life, in who you are and what's important to you in a very physical way, not so much caught up in the other realms, emotional or mental. This is very much like, okay, I'm doing my due diligence. I'm paying my bills. I'm, cleaning up any messes that I've left around me because I for a while wasn't doing anything and just sitting around feeling apathetic and lazy and what's the point? So, all right. Let's hope the kitties have calmed down. Something, probably a bird outside, has caught their attention. So hopefully that keeps them mellow for a while. Yeah, so then we get taking a stand. I feel like whatever you've been through, it helped you to tap into your strength, to um to understand your worth, that you were pushed to such an extent that you ended up feeling like somehow your worth was in question. And coming out of this, you're like, wait a second, no, I am worth everything. I know what to do to create the life that I want. And this card, typically the 7 of Wands, it comes after a victory. It comes after the 6 of Wands where you've actually stepped up in your life. And sometimes this card can be about jealousy, about someone showing up and being like, well, I'm going to question you. Everyone says you're great, but are you really? And you're like, yeah, actually, I am. Yeah, I made this bridge all by myself, and it's the best bridge you're ever going to find. And I can take my bridge elsewhere if you can't appreciate it. Like you're very much like not taking anything from anyone. You're just like, yeah, I'm powerful. I'm strong. I know who I am now. And then we get the 4 of Swords, recovery and retreat. Yeah, you are this is probably an extension of the reading I did last time for water signs where you're still in the process of healing. You're not totally over whatever you went through in the past. The change in the wind. It's it's this idea of change coming, but it's not quite here yet. The opportunities are coming. She's just waking up and stretching and getting ready for the day, but the momentum hasn't quite started. This is just as you're like coming out of that funk, but there's still this need to go within, to take the time to heal, to rest. Sometimes, to just meditate and gain clarity around what you've been through, learning the lessons, taking those lessons and using them to propel you forward. One step at a time, basically. It's a process, but I think the momentum will build as you get up and get moving. Okay. And all this healing is leading you to your ultimate fulfillment. You are going to get there. So I'm going to look at the wisdom of Avalon, the high priestess, discernment, prescience, prophecy, and vision. Having a new vision for a new life. Discerning what's good for you and what's not. You have a vision of what you can do and you're following that vision and discerning like, Who's allowed to walk on your bridge and who's not? Anyone who shows up, in defense mode, questioning you, you're like, mm-mm, not dealing with you. And with the high priestess, she's very like in her power. She's very connected to her higher power through meditating, through her spiritual practice, and does not have any kind of need to defend herself. She just knows what she knows. And if someone comes along, I mean, I almost feel like this is you, like someone comes along and questions you, and you just stand there with your arms crossed. And you're like, I don't have anything to say to you. You just let it like breeze by. It doesn't even affect you because she holds the secrets. She doesn't necessarily reveal her secrets. She's got the vision and she holds very strongly to it. I feel like this situation has been in some way it's been some kind of spiritual awakening for you. It's helped you to step into your power in a very deep sacred sense. You have learned something about yourself that you didn't know before. That now you're like, oh, it's like the it's a big wake up. Um, wake up. Yeah, you're waking up to yourself, to your true power, and to the beginning of a whole new life. You may come to a point where you don't your life is so different from what it is now or where it's been. The Grail Knight, romance, illusion, and seeking the sacred. That's right. I did say that. Seeking the sacred, knowing that's all within you, seeing beyond the illusion. The high priestess, she sees. She uses her third eye, her intuition. She's very intuitive. She's very tapped in. Nothing can get by her. And yeah, I mean, romance. Maybe this is, you finally leaving something behind and it's allowing something new to come in. Someone to come in. Maybe that's someone you meet as you get up and start moving and go out in the world, start meeting people, and someone comes along that, it's a new beginning. Doesn't have to be romantic, but it certainly could be. And then we get the queen. Wow, yeah, lots of feminine power being, even it doesn't matter what your gender is. We all have the masculine and feminine, and this is you just really settling into that place of being intuitive, of tapping into your ability to connect with others, to allow and receive, to just be settled and hold the space. The queen, woman, fertility, feminine power, sexuality, and friendships. Yeah, I think you got somebody potentially coming along. If you're single, that you're meeting someone who's different than what you've dealt with before, and you've learned something to the point where you're like, yeah, okay, I know what I deserve. I'm very discerning. I know who I'm going to let into my life and who I'm not. Friendships, connecting with others. And if you're not, if romance is not a part of the equation for you, this is you just gathering new people into your life who really are on the same page with you, who you can enjoy spending time with and getting to know, and people who are going to become very important in your life, in this new life. um I'm going to look at the Osho Zen Tarot Ordinariness. Yeah, this is about you focusing on the present moment, having gratitude for what's around you. It could even be you going out, getting yourself out in nature and just enjoying the things that you haven't been able to enjoy up to this point because of the emotional turmoil that you've been dealing with. And this is enjoying the simple things and taking it all at face value and just being like, wow, if you've been through intense heartbreak and you finally start coming out of it, it can sometimes feel like the simplest things are so beautiful, so sacred. Seeking the sacred because you're not in so much pain anymore. You're like, wow, wow, I can breathe again. Wow, colors become more vibrant. You can start to feel it back to yourself. Eh, this card. Mind. Yep, this might be where you're at. This is what causes the apathy, the laziness, the inertia. This is what causes you to just want to stay in bed all day, to just sit on your couch and do nothing and not get out in the world and not talk to people because you've been hurt before and your mind is saying, don't let it happen again. Keep yourself protected. And the mind gets you all caught up and confused and stuck. Stuck. Look at the body. There's no movement there. Very, yeah, hard and wooden but you're coming out of it. You're able to you're able to see things more clearly. You're coming back to the moment right here, right now. Being caught up in the mind, this is thinking about everything but the moment, everything but what's right in front of you. This is trying to figure things out. Either what happened in the past, what's going to happen in the future. This is all about depression, anxiety, being so stuck. And that's what's caused you to be in this hopeless place, and getting up and moving, going out for a walk in nature, breathing, breathing. um so it's going to shake things up, it's going to move the energy. And then we have postponement, and I think this is because it lands on change in the wind, and I was saying that the change isn't quite here yet. It's coming, you can feel it coming, you're just waking up, but you haven't gotten the momentum going, and so it's this feeling of this is where you've been, wanting the the beauty, wanting to be in the world of beauty, but being stuck in this world of black and white. But her shirt, there's a little bit of color in her shirt. And it's like you coming back to yourself, colors coming back into yourself, into your life. And maybe you've been postponing your happiness, or maybe you realize that you need to spend a little more time healing and taking care of yourself, processing what's happened in order for you to step out into the world. This is where the caution and uncertainty comes from, is from that fear of being hurt again, things happening again. But very, I think very soon you will get your color back. You will be able to step out into the world and meet new people and understand, okay, no, I know how to tell now who's in my court and who's not. In my court? Is that the right way to say it? Who's on my side? You're gradually getting there. You'll gradually be outside in the world of color again. Okay. I'm going to look at the angelic messenger cards. Self-worth. Yeah. Yep. This is you coming to that place of I love it when this happens because I did speak of self-worth in the beginning, and not somehow whatever situation you were in caused you to question your self-worth, and you, through your healing, through taking the time to just deal with all the stuff, all the heartbreak and everything, brought you to a place where you're like, I am awesome. And if you're not there yet, you're going to be there very soon. Keep taking care of yourself, loving yourself, doing the extreme self-care, whatever that means to you. If you don't self first, no one else is going to. Usually, it's when we learn how to put ourselves first that then we have an abundance, a surplus to give others. This is about knowing how awesome you are, that there's nobody else in the world like you. It's not about being arrogant and being like, well, I'm this and F everyone else. This is about understanding that you are beautiful, that you were created the way you are for a reason, and loving that in all its ways, in all the ways that you show up in the world on all levels, physical, mental, emotional, all the things. No matter what anyone has told you, and probably you have heard many times in your life, most of us have, that something is wrong with you. You're not good enough in some way. We take that on and we think it's true, and it's like it's time to stand in your power and understand how awesome you are. And this kind of thing, it's not always something you can think your way out of. You Oftentimes you need to do some kind of therapy. For example, I'm really into tapping. The tappingsolution.com. They have an app. And it's a way to work through the mental stuff while physically working through it in your body. And you can actually move the energy out. You can actually change. You're not just trying to think your way out of a situation. You're actually moving the energy. Breath work. My awesome cousin Tina, she's a breath work facilitator. breathelunazen.com. I need to put her information in my description box below, but she helps through breath work to move energy, to get you back into your body, into yourself. Some kind of therapy that connects the body and the mind. Acupressure, acupuncture, Jinshin Jitsu. There's all these different kinds of things out there. But this isn't just a thinking your way out of it. The very first thing though is to move, to get yourself up and out in the world. And yeah, we have divine guidance. Yep. This situation, as painful as it's been, has helped you to tap into your higher power, to it's helped it this has been very much a spiritual awakening for you, or there's been some kind of spiritual growth it's been very beneficial. Oftentimes the most beneficial things are the least comfortable. And then we get change. Okay, there it is again. Yeah. Yep, it's time for change in yourself and your life. Keep focusing on yourself, keep doing that inner work, get the assistance that you need from others. but change is on the horizon. If it is not here yet, it is imminent. Spring has sprung, and it's time for you to wake up and get up. So there it is. Beautiful. Love this reading. And I hope you do too. Please let me know if this resonates. And yeah, leave a comment. I appreciate you being here, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you on the next video. Mwah. And if you haven't already, like, subscribe, and share.